All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this session setup exercise, and I'm recording this so that you can easily come back and take a look at how to do this. So the first thing we're going to do here is go take a look at this session setup exercise. We're going to open that up. I'm going to open it up in a separate screen. And that has something I'm going to download here. So download the instructions from this link. I'm going to go ahead and open that up, download the instructions. And then over here is the hip hop samples. We need to make sure we download this as well. This is just a bunch of samples for you to have on your computer. It's hip hop. There's also some other stuff in here. I just called it hip hop samples because that's mostly what it is. If I click on it, it opens up this here. You can see it's 1.8 gigabytes. And I'm going to go ahead and click on download for that. And when I do that, it's going to download it to a place in my computer. Once it's done downloading into my computer, I want to make sure that I put it in the right place. So I'm going to go to wherever it is on my computer, which I think in this case would have been my downloads folder. I download it, and then I think I put mine into the sound here. Is it here? No, it's probably here in teaching. Teaching, samples, samples. Let's see here. Let's just do a quick search. Hip hop samples. There we go. Where are you? Oh, you're on my hard drive. Okay, external hard drive. That's fine. So as long as I know where it is on my external hard drive, the first thing I do is put it into my computer, put it somewhere, keep your computer organized. And in Ableton Live, I go over here on the left-hand side, and I click down here, Add Folder. Click on here, Add Folder. Let me go ahead and remove this one. I'm going to remove this one from the sidebar. And I go Add Folder, and then under Add Folder, I'm going to go to where that thing is located. So it's on my external hard drive, Zaphod. And over here, it's going to be under Hip Hop Samples, Sample Libraries, Hip Hop Samples. There we go. I double click on it. Now it shows me the folder that's inside here. Make sure you unzip everything. You got to go in here, you got to unzip because I have everything zipped up. So I zipped up the main folder and I also zipped the internal folders. So you got to make sure you unzip all those folders. I'm going to hit open. And now what it does is going to put it in my places folder over here on the left hand side on the places on the left. Yours is going to maybe take a few minutes or a few seconds to show because it has to index it. When you index it, you can actually search it really easily for anything you want to search it for. So in here, now I've got some of my own folders. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new, let's make a new session here. And I'm going to just call this one Ableton Lab 1. There we go. Give it a name like that. And now over here on the left hand side, I've got all of my folders here that are inside that samples folder. And you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So I've got classic hip hop drum beats, and I've got some classic hip hop drums and classic hip hop instrumentals and different sample packs. These are just some free sample packs that I collected from around the web. I just went on a search for some free samples and grabbed these for you to have something to start with. If you have your own samples, you can use your own samples. You can still pull them in the same way that I did by going down to the bottom and going Add Folder, and you can add them in over here on the left-hand side. But if you don't have your own samples, then now you've got some samples to mess with. So I've got my hip-hop samples here, and when I click on them, let's go to loops here, and let's go to drums. You can see some of them have numbers in them. If it has a number in it, it's probably the tempo of the song. And if you want it to play when you click on it, you go down here to the bottom and you turn on this little headphone thing. Cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and change my tempo here because it's going to play it at the tempo. Right? And you have all these different loops in here. Cool, I like this one here. I'm going to go ahead and play this one. Cool. I'm keeping it 75. And I can pull in some music. Let's put the music on a different track here, but let's just listen to it first. Cool. I'm going to drag it onto its own track here. Now, one thing you'll notice is that when you play something, there's a little circle that happens down here with a couple of numbers. The circle is where you are in the loop. So if I hit play, it starts everything over from the beginning. Then this one shows me how long the loop is in beats. These loops are 8 beats long. And this one here shows me how many times it's looped. So now it's in the first loop, now it's in the second loop, third loop, fourth loop, like that. So here's the first loop. Now it's in the second loop. And they're both in the same thing. So if I wanted to change this, I can go into each one of these. I can double click on this. And I can move the loop point. So now we can see this one here, this clip is, instead of being 8 bars long, it's only 4 bars long. Or I can make it longer. Let's make it 10 bars. Sorry, not bars, sorry, beats. So I can go over here and I can go to my clip and I can say, let's make this 10 beats. 10, nope, not 10, sorry, wrong place. Let's make it 3 bars long. There we go. And that's 12 beats. Now it's a little bit confusing because on the one thing over here it does it in bars and beats, and over here it's just beats. So it is what it is. You have to get used to it. And now I've got some silence at the end. Cool. Okay, I don't really want that silence. There we go. Now let's grab a different thing. I can hit play on this. Let's listen to some different beats here, different musical inspirations. Okay. Okay, you can hear all these different ones, and they're in the wrong key. But I can actually change these, the key. What are these? I'm going to move some stuff around. Cool. I'm going to change this a little bit here. Cool. You can hear it sounds a little bit weird, and that's because I'm running it slower than the tempo. If you're running slower than tempo, you might want to just come over here to your warp section, and yours will probably look more like this. Your warp section here, and change this to complex mode, which we're going to talk about. If you remember Elastic Audio in Pro Tools, this is exactly the same as Elastic Audio in Pro Tools, and we're going to talk about it in more detail. But Beats is like what's it called in Pro Tools? Rhythmic mode in Pro Tools. Complex is like polyphonic mode, and then those are the two main ones you're going to want to use. So this will probably help you out most. Hear how much cleaner that sounds than Beats mode? Here, listen to this. You hear how it sounds weird, right? But listen to this, how it sounds smooth. Great, and now let's grab a bass line here. Let's grab a bass. I don't like these basses. Let's grab a bass. Classic hip hop cuts, low end shots, extra. But not you. That is for show. Definitely not you. Let's see here. Pirate vocals, vinyl cut chords, instrumental beats. No. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff in here. You can check out. This is like less hip hop and more house music and stuff like that. So, let's see, Killa Sounds, Darbuka Loops, Dirt South Kit. Yeah, it's like a drum kit. So you can grab whatever you want. I mean, let's go back to the Cosmic Hip Hops. Let's go to bass. Let's see. Is there anything in here that's pretty cool. It's gonna be in a weird key though. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Put that one over here. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and pitch it up a little bit to its the key of D. Change this to complex here. Alright, there we go. Cool. So now I've got these things here. I can go ahead and delete my MIDI tracks that'll pop up. The MIDI tracks are going to pop up automatically. So now I got these here. I got my drums. Let's go ahead and just call this one Beat Loop. And what is this one? This one's, what are you? I forgot already. That's some kind of an organ. And this here is, oh, a clarinet. And here's my bass. So I've got these in here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, I'm going to arrange them in a way that makes some kind of sense for me. So I'm going to grab this one, hold down Option, and drag it down. So now it's on its own place here. Cool. And I'm going to grab the bass next. It's not very bassy though, is it? Let's pull it down an octave and see if that helps the bass. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah. Yeah, much better. Cool. Cool, okay. So I can just take this and I can hold down Option, drag it out a couple times, move this down here, and then arrange these like this. And then, so this is what I usually start off with, some kind of thing like this. It just kind of grows up. But then I like to add a couple more in here. Like this type of thing, or like this type of thing. Yeah, or let's do this one here, clarinet. Cool. Let's listen to that. Cool. Let's see what it sounds like when we add a little bit of something in here. Yeah, I don't like the rest of this stuff. Just this part here is pretty cool. Okay, so I got in here, and I'm going to hit play on this one. And now it's playing along. And I can hit play on the next one. Remember, you can use your arrow keys to go up and down and hit return, as long as you click on one of these in the master area first. Cool. All right. And I can skip around and do stuff, whatever I want. Now I want to record that in. Okay, so one of the parts that you want to work on today is recording stuff in. So I'm going to go over here, hit the record button here, and hit go. It's recording stuff in to my other view. This. Here's this. There we go. And now get over here to this one here. Okay, and I'm just getting some ideas, playing it around, you know, as I'm recording it in here. Right? Cool. Right, and go ahead and stop it there. You can use these buttons down here to stop it. You also have stop buttons across the bottom of each track here, so you can stop a clip from playing. So for example, if I hit play on this one here, it's going to stop it. It's going to stop it on the downbeat because you're set to 1 bar right here, okay? So now I've got that. Now if I go over here, you can see how everything's kind of grayed out. Well, if I want to hear it, if I just hit play right now, it's grayed out. It's not going to play it. So what I got to do is I hit this button right here, the orange one, or if I just wanted to play an individual track, I can play that from right there, but I hit this one, and now it'll play what I just did. Cool. Okay, so we have all these here, pretty cool, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get rid of this one here. I don't want that there. I want it to go straight over to here. And I can just go ahead and grab this last part right there, drag it over. Okay, so I can do edits after it's in here. Christian says, it sounds so wavy. Yeah, thanks. I worked real hard. Worked so hard on this beat. I'd like to thank everybody at the Grammys. Cool. So that's what's up with this, and this is where you want to get to. You know, like right here. Eventually, now it's not, you don't need to finish everything today because you need to go through and explore. What I'm most interested in is you exploring Ableton Live, dragging some stuff in, exploring with it, changing the tempo, having some fun, messing around with it. Think of it as like a video game where the whole point of the game is just to kind of play stuff and have fun with it. It's really, that's what it is. It's like a video game where you're just kind of playing stuff and having fun with it. It's not like something that you need to be stressed about or worry about too much. We've got time. By the end of these 2 weeks, you'll be rolling along real well with Ableton Live, I promise you. Okay, so what we're going to do now, let's take a little break again. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.